Hey friends and family, listen guys, I know I told you guys I wasn't gonna do another video because I was on a mini vacation in Arkansas for my niece's wedding. And then I saw videos that I couldn't pass up. I need your help. The Eastern United States needs your help and they need it right now. I need you to do me a couple of things. I need you to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't, but share this video in its entirety everywhere you can. If you're a social media influencer, feel free, clip whatever you want out of this video. Use it however you need to, still shots, I don't care. The point is this video is gonna cover a couple of topics. One, do you guys know Hillary Clinton said on TV, and it's in this video, that in October, she expected something was gonna happen in the United States to, stir things up.
I anticipate that, something will happen in October, as it always does, where people get their information, and they get their information largely from social media. And so the campaign is doing the best job it can to combat that, combat both domestic and foreign false disinformation. But I anticipate there will be a full court press in October. The digital airwaves will be filled. And why does that matter? Because the press that is pro-Trump anyway, oftentimes stories are put on digitally that then are picked up by, let's say, at Fox and others. And then those stories are stories, so the mainstream press reports on them. And so that story then takes on a life of its own.
Two, there's clips in here about how we've run out of money in the United States through FEMA, and that is because it's going to the illegal aliens, and that is proved here.
Meeting the immediate needs with the money that we have. We are expecting another hurricane hitting. We do not have the funds, FEMA does not have the funds to make it through the season.
This all comes as the Biden-Harris administration spent over $1 billion from a FEMA program on services for migrants. Attorney General of the great state of Florida, Ashley Moody, joins me now. AG Moody, why does the Biden-Harris administration always seem to help American taxpayers last?
Good morning, Todd. Yeah, everyone should be waking up this morning outraged by that comment. This is not something that has just happened recently, and Florida's been warning about this since this administration took over. Mayorkas has come in like a virus and infected these what need to be healthy, strong, fundamental programs to ensure the stability and safety of Americans in times of disaster.
Three, I have a clip of a gentleman who is in North Carolina right now, and what is happening there is they're threatening to arrest social media influencers, local police department sheriffs, and just local people who are trying to save, survivors. Up those mountains further, it is not okay. And the Appalachia people are not standing by waiting for a broke, red-taped federal government to not save them. So they're doing it on their own, and in the process, they're being threatened. Okay? Yes, goods are being taken, and it's so much deeper than you guys realize, because a lot of these nonprofits are funded by the federal government now, the big ones. So if you're going to donate, it needs to be to a local church, to a local sheriff, or directly to a person, to a social media influencer that's there and helping. Put your money there where they're going to give you back truthfulness, okay? Don't send it to Red Cross or Samaritan's Purse or any of that nonsense. They already get millions from the federal government. They don't need your dollars. So the next couple of clips, in my opinion, are the most important. I'm gonna show you clips from movies where they said this was gonna happen, FEMA was gonna run out of money. I'm gonna show you where they're cloud seeding across the United States and how that's affecting us. I'm also gonna show you a plane that flew into Hurricane Helene and literally cloud seeded the day of the hurricane. So I'm gonna show you guys all that in this clip. So remember, like, comment, subscribe, please share this video, you guys. So people were asking me how they could help us. You don't necessarily have to, but that's in the top of comments if you want to. We love you guys. We do this because even when YouTube didn't pay us, we always put out videos of truth. No one's ever going to shut me up. Thank you for the prayers of y'all worrying about me and my safety and my family's. I think when they shot my German Shepherd, Satan was telling me right there he wanted me to shut up and move away. And I can't. It's what God gave me to do, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to occupy the territory I'm in until God takes me to heaven. We love you guys. Good night.
Donate. Please donate what you can. Try to find a nonprofit to donate to, a church, local PD. A lot of those are taking donations, sheriff's departments. I know my department is running a bunch of stuff to the western part of the state to help. Donate. But please do not donate to FEMA. They are hindering a lot of what people are trying to accomplish out in the western part of the state. FEMA doesn't understand that these Appalachian people are built differently. I am very familiar with them. They are not going to stand by idly and have government officials tell them what to do. FEMA's playing a game of FAFO because free men don't ask for permission. Again, please donate and help these people out. They need us now more than ever.
So between Kings Mountain and Chimney Rock, North Carolina is the largest lithium deposit in the world. And the rights are owned by Albemarle Global. And on September the 24th, they actually applied for federal and state permits to redirect and reconstruct their mining operation between Kings Mountain and Chimney Rock. So Albemarle is owned mostly by stockholders, Vanguard and BlackRock Group. Well, guess who the biggest investor in BlackRock and Vanguard is? Douglas Emhoff, Kamala Harris's husband. So, Albemarle is home headquartered in Charlotte, North Carolina. And when these permits get approved, they're proposing $250 billion yearly in mining. Douglas Emhoff's stock holdings just went up substantially. And guess who is the final approval for the permits? That would be our lovely BP. So, as I said, I'm going to post about 6 or 7, maybe 8 pictures at the end of this video, and you can see for yourself. It's a disgrace. The loss of life for money. So please, I beg you, if you have any heart and any love for life and liberty and the wrongdoing that's going on right now, please like, comment, and repost this to everybody. Everybody. Thank you.
Flying up here right now, so we're going to put those helicopters to work and go save lives. On the military side, the government side, they're on their way from what I'm being told, which is great. When they get here, we're going to put them to work. To give you a real world idea of what's happening here and restrictions that we have with weather, we usually can't go fly till about 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning just because of fog, and pilots can't go fly. Right now it's beautiful, it's sunny, and we should be out flying right now, but me and Charlie are sitting here on the ground waiting for our helicopters to get back, but we won't be able to go out probably till later this afternoon because Joe Biden is flying in, and they put up a temporary flight restriction in this entire area. So what we decided to do was put our search and rescue teams on the helos right now before the TFR goes in effect, fly up to the mountains, drop them off so they can go rescue people, and then our helicopters have to go even further north to another airport to get approval with a squawk code. They have to go there in person. They won't give it to us over the phone. That way they can fly in the TFR. And they're not going to have enough time to come back here, get us, and then go do a mission, because from about 12 to 4 or so, the TFR goes into effect and there will be no active rescue missions going on at all. That's right, 0 flying whatsoever. So that's why we decided to put our boys, as many boys as we could, up on the mountain to start doing search and recovery because of that reason. So the TFR is supposed to be lifted sometime around 4 p.m., but you know how the government is, it'll probably go all day. So if, let's say it does end at 4 o'clock and we can actually lift off at 4 o'clock, at best, we're probably going to go do 2 rescue missions before it gets dark, and that's it. When we should be doing rescue missions all day because it's so sunny and nice out and we have good weather, but because of politics, we can't go do our job right now because somebody wants to come here and shake hands and kiss babies and take video that he actually pretends like he cares and probably offer everybody $300, $500 because of the hurricane damage. So that is on.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jeremy Harrell, LFA TV here. Look, I have some major urgent breaking news involving us and involving really all of you who are either in North Carolina or in the surrounding affected areas, or even people who are donating. You probably saw my video the other day where I said that FEMA was confiscating certain donations and claiming jurisdiction over areas and confiscating supplies. Well, that turned out not only to be true, but now you're getting the reports from people saying that they're threatened to get arrested if they fly in or if they do any drop zone stuff. They're threatening truck drivers with arrest if they try to go in and impede in any way. What they're doing is they're flipping the script and they're calling rescue and relief impeding in government affairs, because the government doesn't have any money and because the government has to go through all the red tape and isn't really saving anybody. It's making them look very bad that citizens are doing it. So that's why they need to, confiscate things, and that's why they need to turn people away. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here's some breaking news for you. We have 2 reporters on the ground down there right now, literally right now, with sheriff departments, and the sheriff departments are literally banding together with the fire departments and saying that they will arrest any federal employee that tries to impede in any rescue or relief by claiming jurisdiction and not allowing local and community sheriffs and fire departments and rescue relief and citizens airplanes and helicopters. The sheriffs are literally banding together right now and saying that we will arrest any federal agent that tries to, impede our ability to go out there and help these people, because it's not about red tape when it's civilian. And we're not going to deal with the red tape. We're not going to deal with the confiscations. We're not going to deal with your rules, this, that, and the other. That's one report. Here's another major report that you need to share everywhere. Yesterday, I got reached out to by the West North Carolina Nature Center, who told me that I am spreading false information. First of all, we know who speaks like that, right? We don't speak like that. We don't say disinformation and misinformation or false information. We say the word lies. They were saying that I am spreading false information, not only by my reporting of FEMA doing exactly what Terrence Williams has told you they're doing, what Elon Musk has told you they're doing, what relief groups on the ground have told you they're doing. They told me that I'm spreading misinformation by reporting that, and that I need to take that video down. They're literally telling me to take my video down because there's truckloads of supplies on the side of the road that won't come there and deliver that to them now because of my reporting of FEMA confiscating items. And I'm like, well, that sounds really weird. If you're not FEMA, then what do you have to worry about? Obviously, you're out there helping the civilians. People are still going to donate to you. And they're like, no, it's the other way around. People are watching your video and they're not sending supplies in fear that things are being confiscated, and they're not. And then I started criticizing FEMA, and they would not distance themselves from FEMA in any way. They weren't saying that they were part of FEMA, but they wouldn't distance themselves from FEMA. And they were saying that because of my reporting about what FEMA's doing, that they're not getting supplies, and that I need to censor our reporting or take it down because it's misinformation. To come to find out, the Western North Carolina Nature Center also gets a tourism development grant and fund. By the way, what the North Carolina people are not happy with the way that they're redistributing that money, because they're redistributing it not to tourism, they're redistributing it to low-income housing. I wonder who's staying in those places. Anyway, long story short, they also get federal funding from the Department of Interior. Now, we know that the Department of Interior was involved with the Bureau of Land Management murdering of Lavoy Finicum over, what was it? Ladies and gentlemen, wasn't just land. No. It was the uranium one. And now we're dealing with natural resources here, lithium and other things like that. And the federal government is coming in claiming jurisdiction and threatening to lock up pilots, helicopter pilots, social media influencers, people who report the news, people on the ground, relief efforts people. They're literally threatening to arrest them. And I have people reaching out to me, telling me that I need to take down my reporting.
Giving taxpayer-funded free cell phones out to illegal immigrants. We've got the bombshell story on that and how we're fighting back.
FEMA's here. You know what FEMA just told us? We can't get you a phone. I have no ID. I have no way to pay for food. He has no way to get gas. We're stuck. So we have to sleep in a car that's leaking with the same clothes we've had on since the...
There was a 30-foot wall of water just pushing through Lake Lure all the way down. My house washed away. I had a cat, I had 2 geckos.
Devastation across a dozen states.
Yes, but some of these projections have it turning back to sea.
That's highly unlikely, sir.
Sir, FEMA's mission is to prepare for the worst. The disaster relief fund has been depleted by 1/3 since you launched AmWorks.
That still leaves $2 billion.
Oh, for this storm, we need 4 times that. We need $8 billion minimum for bare bones preparation. Hundreds could die, maybe thousands.
Gentlemen, the hurricane, I need the DRF replenished.
We're prepared to allocate $10 billion.
I was only going to ask for 8.
You signed the bill, you'll get the $10 billion. But no FEMA money or any other agency funds can be used for your jobs program again under any circumstances.
Don't politicize this. America Works and the hurricane are 2 separate issues.
Excuse me, Mr. President, but you're the one that raided the DRF for political purposes.
Get it to the house right away.
Green light on the release?
Yes.
I'm so sorry, Francis. I know how hard this is.
It's out of my hands. I can't control the weather.
Join me for dinner?
I'm gonna turn in.
This early?
I'm gonna be up 3 straight days once this hurricane hits. I need to get all the sleep I can. Have one of the stewards wake me when it hits the coast.
Francis.
Where does it make landfall?
It didn't work. The hurricane turned.
It's due east now. It might hit Bermuda, but it'll dissipate quickly now that it's reaching colder water.
It looks like we dodged a bullet, Mr. President. I barely got the money in time for a halfway decent response.
How do we pull back on the bill?
Already been delivered to Congress and we put out a release.
There must be some parliamentary procedure that will nullify my signature.
Already checked with the White House counsel. The bill is officially law and the money's already been appropriated.
FEMA is assisting thousands of evacuees returning to their homes. With the exception of some moderate flooding in Georgia due to rain from the outer bands, the rest of the eastern seaboard was left virtually untouched by the hurricane everyone expected to be the storm of the century. The biggest casualty to faith was not life or property, however, but rather President Underwood's controversial America Works plan, which Congress defunded in order to free up resources for storm-related disaster relief.
Branches that come into the river are just wiped off the earth. There was